Hey everybody, how's it going? Hope you're having a lovely day. Today's video is going to be on one of my favorite hard drive manufacturers, Seagate. I swear, when it comes to my business, I've talked a lot about how the Apple repair business has been going in the shitter, how I used to be able to buy chips for $5, and now I have to spend $300 in a single donor board to get parts that I need. Screens used to be obtainable, now you can only get a screen assembly. My business would probably have gone under at least 2 years ago, except Seagate. We are a data recovery company, and God bless Seagate for what they've done to my business. Whether you take a look at the Rosewood series, the Granada series, hell, even if you just look at the modern ones you got on Backblaze, you go and scroll down Backblaze, 0% failure, 1, 1, 2, 2, 7, it's a Seagate. You scroll down, 1, 1, 1, 2, 4, Seagate, 5, 6 are Hitachi, but then you get to the next, you think 5 and 6 are pretty bad, but the next one, 11%, is a Seagate. Seagate is one of my favorite companies on earth because they make shit that just make sure that Chris and Orhan are able to make money from now until the end of time. So what are we talking about today? This is an article from a German paper called Heis, which 99.9% chance I am mispronouncing. I've added an entry to the wiki for this. The TLDR of this is that a lot of people who were buying the Seagate Exos series of drives, these are some of their 14 through 12, I think it's like a 12 to 20 terabyte drive series that they have that are designed for enterprise NAS kind of stuff. I have bought 8 of these in the past, and I'll show you just how that went. A lot of these were actually used and considerably used. When people bought these new from Amazon, JB Computer, Mind Factory, and other places I can't pronounce because they have like 2 dots above the O and the U and stuff. My last name is German, but I'm not a real German. They were buying these drives and they were showing up with thousands upon thousands of operating hours. Someone tried to get a replacement for their drives and they had been used for 10 to 15,000 hours, and the replacements were used for over 22,000 hours. Now, this doesn't seem to be an issue of Seagate's so far. This does appear to be something on the reseller end. Seagate does not warranty OEM drives, and it is up to the seller, as far as I know, to be telling you that you're buying a drive that is new versus you're buying a drive that is recertified versus you're buying a drive that we pulled out of a server that was never turned on or something. Seagate is going to warranty the drives that you buy that are new. You're going to get less warranty or no warranty if you buy drives that are OEM. And a lot of people like to buy those drives because you're rolling the dice a little bit, but you're saving a lot of money, and that's fine. But you have to let the customer know up front. To be clear, at this point, there's no evidence that Seagate did something wrong besides manufacturing hard drives instead of doing what they really should be doing for a living. I don't know, like knitting, making fish pond filters. In all seriousness, it doesn't look like they've actually misrepresented anything to the stores. The stores have not said that Seagate misrepresented these drives to them so far. There's been no comment on that. I'm very, very interested in figuring out what they were doing, because this is something I've talked about here already, where we would buy new drives on Amazon, not the used ones. When you search for Toshiba 4 terabyte or 2 terabyte drive on Amazon.com, you buy the drive and you get drives that are not only not new, but they're not even the drive that you said that you were getting. Like the labels and everything are completely off. We've bought drives on Amazon before that were new, that had customer fucking data on them. I was going to do a video on that, but I wound up, it was very, very difficult to prove they had customer data without including something that was customer data. So it just wound up being a non-starter. Just be careful when you're buying drives from these vendors. A lot of people assume that when you buy something from Amazon that you are getting something legit. They're a $2 or $4 trillion company. Now, they may screw me over in this way or that way. I may not get the best customer service, but it's not like I bought something from some random bazaar. No, you're actually better off going to the random bazaar, because at the very least, the random bazaar wants to keep your business. They need the reputation. They can't afford to screw you, because if they do, they're out of business. Amazon, they're allowed to do it as much as they please. Personally, my experience when buying these drives refurbished, don't buy a refurbished hard drive. Just trust me on this. Don't buy. When you see the amount of work that goes into refurbishing a hard drive to fix it, this is not something that's economically viable to do on shit that you're selling for $100 to $200. Even if the entire thing was profit, which it is not, because they had to make the drive, it just fundamentally makes no sense. Like, do you honestly think somebody's going in there and fucking replacing the heads and checking micro jogs and shit like this and using their PC3K and their laminar flow bench so that they could sell it? I honestly have no idea how they choose refurbished drives. Only thing I know is that 100% of the refurbished drives that I have bought have been complete shit. You know why I can figure out Seagate? Because not only do I fix them, but I'm also stupid enough to be one of their fucking customers. This is a set of Seagate Exos drives I bought last year. I bought 8 refurbished drives. Within 9 months, you have this. This is the raw read error rate, and that's the seek error rate, and that's the command timeout. That's my favorite one there. So look at this. Drive 1. Command timeout, raw read error rate, seek error. Drive 2. drive 3, drive 4, drive 5, drive 6, drive 7, drive 8. Within 9 months, none of these drives could stay in a ZFS pool, or it was RAID Z3 with 8 drives, without failing or getting kicked out. Not a single one of them. Don't buy refurbished hard drives. In my opinion, this is not a thing. Refurbishing MacBooks, whatever, fine. Refurbishing a laptop, sure. Refurbishing a headphone, yes. Refurbishing hard drives? There's a reason that data recovery costs as much money as it does. It's because refurbishing things requires an insanely high level of skill and a royal pain in the ass to do. And this is just not something that's being done for shit that costs $100 to $200. I've always wondered, how do you make this work? This makes absolutely no sense to me. And the reason I bought 8 of these drives is out of sheer curiosity. And what I learned from doing this is that it doesn't work because they're all dead. I don't know how they choose these. In my opinion, it's just this is a bad batch. This is the maybe manufacturing defect, but I'm not really sure about it. And that just winds up getting sold to you. When you buy a refurbished drive, you're paying less money, but you're almost guaranteeing that later on you're going to have to buy a new drive, which is one of my best mentors, Ricky Began from Avatar Studio. Shout out to Ricky Began, who would always say, it's funny how people who don't have the money to do it right the first time always have the money to do it wrong over and over and over again. Don't buy these. And to be clear, I understand that the people that were getting these drives were people who did not want to buy those. They were people who bought new ones. But just in case anybody's even asking about buying a refurbished or recertified hard drive or anything like that from Seagate, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And God bless the vendor. They allowed me to return every single one of these. But while I'm returning these drives, 8 out of 8 of them that are bad, what do I have to do? I have to buy new ones. Because to RMA them, I'm not getting advanced RMA on something that is a recertified part. So to send these back, I have to buy new working drives anyway. This is not the area where you want to save money. It's a very bad idea. And again, before you buy a Seagate, like every single fucking quarter, I go to Backblaze, I look at this, and I thank Jesus that Seagate still makes drives that people consider reputable. Because as a data recovery business, it's a gift. Every now and then you get a layup in this world. Thank you, Seagate. That's it for today. And as always, I hope you learned something. Be careful when buying hard drives. And when it comes to Seagate, yeah. I really like the Western Digital UltraStar series, the ones that are made in the Hitachi factories. Not normal Western Digital, Norman Western Digital, nah. The ones that, I forget the exact name of it. Somebody in the comments who's smarter than me, please do bring this up. But they're the Western Digital, I think it's UltraStar or something like that. It's the ones that were made in the Hitachi factories that Western Digital continued using after buying, that after Western Digital got a lot of Hitachi's hard drive business. Those things are really awesome. They're bulletproof. I love those drives. You pay a little bit more than the Seagate, but it's against my best interest to tell you to buy those. I do run a data recovery business. I know. See you in the next one. Bye now.